When VDM came about with this interviewed those persons that were with Mohbad within 24 hours, aside Wunmi and Darusha and that of Adura. A lot of persons already knew that what he was trying to do is just to exonerate Sam Larry and Naira in that aspect of people saying that they were the one that kpai Mohbad. Then bullying, we can talk about that later, but the aspect of they were being accused for what they knew nothing about was the main purpose, and a lot of persons speculated, which 100% correct according to VDM. Now, what led to that according to him was that Naira invited or rather arrested Yabojo because those things by their career and people don't want to see them anymore, and of which they felt they were innocent. And as a result of that, they invited Yabojo just to come and prove the entire allegation against them right. Getting there, Yabojo was unable to do just that. But in the end, Yabojo were not given that ultimatum of 2 weeks to come out in the public, apologize to Naira and Sam Larry, because everything leveled against them, she was unable to prove them right. That was how she left. Later, I believe she was ill-advised, or somebody told her not to do just that simply because of her reputation and her stardom, and it will dent her image the more, because as big as she is, she can't just come out and begin to allege without having evidence of whatever she was selling across to the world, because they started this hate towards Naira and Sam Larry, calling them that they were the persons who were not there at the time Mohbad, but they some persons to Mohbad to buy Mohbad on their behalf and all that. That was the picture they were painting to the whole world. Now, after 2 weeks, they discovered that nothing of such was done. And Yabojo came out with the idea of her office was gutted by fire. And the notion so far created again was that those she was fighting the cause of justice for Mohbad are the one retaliating, which also heaped another hate again towards the side of Naira and Sam Larry. Then, VDM now was left with no choice rather than come out in a very stylish and matured manner by way of interviewing people that was there, so that he can begin to educate the whole world that even Sam Larry and Naira was never there when Mohbad kpai. That some of those things that was sold to us were the architect of Yabojo and co. Now, see VDM out as he narrate what really happened, because in all of that, he was invited. He knows everything. Based on the fact that he is the voice for the voiceless, he decided to contribute his own quota by making the whole world know that these two persons, Yabojo and co, just want to buy their career for their own selfish interest. Now, hear him out.
Alright, so I have 3 posts to make about this Mohbad issue, and I'm done for good. Alright, this is the first one. Now, if you notice, I've put in a lot of energy in vindicating Naira from this case. It is very obvious. It's not something that is hidden. It is very, very obvious. One of the main reasons why I brought this whole thing back is to, number one, vindicate Naira and to actually point people towards the right direction, knowing what I know now. Now, something happened that involved Yabojo, Naira and a particular meeting recently. Coincidentally, I went to report a case at the MPF NCCC, a case of 650 million naira. Now, somebody that was scammed. So I took the case there, and then I met Naira there. And I met Naira there. He said he wrote a petition against Yabojo, and Yabojo is there. I said, okay, so what is going on? He said, well, so far so good. They told Yabojo to bring evidence of everything she has said about them. In the case of bullying, in the case of that, Nadem by Mohbad. So I said, so how far with the case now? He said that Yabojo is pleading. I said, pleading how? Like, what's going on? So she's pleading. I said, it doesn't make sense. The Yabojo I know cannot beg you. Then he said, you can come, see. So we went straight, and then he opened the door. Then he went inside to sit down. When he sat down, there was Sam Larry, there was his brother, Shudi, and then there were some people there. Yabojo was with a lawyer. Then when I entered, I sat in front of her. When I sat in front of her, they started talking. Now, some of the There's one police there, it's one female police officer, senior officers. Some of them, they were like, very dark man, talk to your guy. You see, say, you and him, they pally since this whole mohbad issue. Talk to Naira Marley, let's look for a way to resolve this whole matter. Now, at the top of my head, I was like, resolve which matter? Like, why are they resolving any matter? What is really going on? Then they said, Yabojo, she understood that what she did is wrong and that they should look for the best way to settle the matter within themselves. Immediately, me, I para. I said, excuse me, lawyer, Yabojo lawyer, his name is Fumi. I said, make we see. Then we turn. I said, can we see? He said, yes, we can't turn. There was 2 police officers there. We stood. Then I said, fine. Based on what I just saw now, Yabojo is saying that a lot of publications that she did was wrong. She was pretty much emotional and all. That's why she made those things, right? So I told the lawyer, I said, how do we move on from here? Is she willing to come to the public? And the lawyer said that is exactly what she said. That she will go to the public and let the public know that this is what happened and that she is sorry for actually being emotional about this whole matter. Then the lawyer now said again, but they were thinking that if they do that, a lot of her fans would think that she has been threatened by Naira Marley or the government threatening her. That Yabojo has suggested that they will not apologize, but if Naira Marley releases a new song, they will help him promote it, and that gradually people will start welcoming Naira Marley back. I para. Now that the talk just vexed me. Then I looked at the lawyer. I said, for all what these people have gone, what these people have gone through, the shows that they have lost, money that they have lost over a lie, and then instead of you to go to the public and then just spell it out for everybody to see, you are saying that you are going to start promoting a song. I just looked at him. Out of anger, I told him, I said, the luck Yabojo has is that Naira Marley is not from the Niger Delta region. Because for ruining his career over a lie, if the Niger Delta you come from, they go shoot her down. And even you, the lawyer, they go shoot you down. Then the lawyer looked at me, and the police people were there. They were like, no, very dark man, it hasn't got into this. Then the lawyer was like, bro, it is not me that said this thing. I didn't come up with it. Iyabo came up with it. Cut the long story short, he left. Then I called Naira Marley in. I said, now where this matter don't be like this. If she say she's willing to go to the public and then explain what happened, do you understand? That she was emotional. And then the case went towards the wrong direction. Instead of actually holding everybody in the house accountable. But there's no problem. It don't happen. So what do you want? Naira Marley said he's scared that she might not do it if they leave her now. That she might not apologize. She might just go outside now and decide to change everything again. That he knows her character. She's a manipulative person. I told him, I said, well, we'll call the police people in. They called the police people in. We spoke. Some of the police people were saying, if she's willing to apologize, Naira Marley, let's see how this thing is going to be. Then if she doesn't apologize, then they bring her back. But if this thing goes to court, she will definitely pay dearly because everything, literally everything, bullying and everything was all a lie, right? Videos being doctored, a lot of things. A lot of atrocities happened that time. Naira Marley left. When he left, I sat down. Now, something in me told me that something crazy might happen, right? And I went outside. When I came back, they said they needed to see the director of NPF NCCC so that they'll table the matter in front of him and then they can know the way forward. That was like everybody went to the director's office. Yabojo's lawyer, myself was there, Naira Marley was there, Sam Larry was there, Naira Marley's brother Shudi was there. Now, before the meeting, I just told Naira Marley, excuse me. You understand? So apparently, Tonto Dike was coming. I told Naira Marley, excuse me. Naira Marley excused me. Then we went outside. I told him, I said, see, you see this matter? You are not taking it the way you should take it. He said, but he has forgiven. That na Allah, na him go judge. But since she has come forward to say she's going to apologize and let the public know that he does not hold anything against her. Now, me trying to be extra, I told him, I said, no, make them detain her. You understand? I said, make them detain her. He now said, well, that he does not think it will solve anything. I said, if the director is talking, slam the table and let them know that they finished your career. Naira Marley still said that, okay, he's going to do it. Finally, he said he's going to do it. Then he now entered. When he entered, Tonto Dike entered. We all sat down. I sat down because the conference table, Sam Larry was here, Yabojo was here, Yabo sat down here, Naira Marley sat down here, Tonto Dike was here, Naira Marley's brother was there. They started talking. While they were talking, she apologized. Now, Sam Larry, Naira Marley asked her one question. Before Sam Larry, Naira Marley asked her one question. He said, in everything you have said about me, is there no one thing that is true? Is there no one thing? He now said, you said, at least let one thing be true. Let me know that I'm a bad person. At this point, I swear to God, I almost cried. Don't be playing. I felt very emotional with that one question. He said, you said I drugged your children. That if they come to my house, I drug them. That at least that one thing be true. Yabojo was just looking. At this point, I just shook my head. Now that passed. Sam Larry was now saying, you said I bully mohbad, that I collect money from boys, that I'm a this, I'm a that. Can you clear the air on that or give me proof? I just want to see proof that I did all those things. Then Yabo said that some video went viral, some video went viral where they said you were beating the boy and this. Then the director told her that they said, did you verify any of all these things? She said no, that she was just seeing the videos. Then Sam Larry said, Omo, you must give proof. Me, I want proof. Because they constantly bullied me, insulted my children, finished my name. If not, I'm a strong person. I for don't depressed. Who knows? Maybe I for don't be suicidal. So they were talking. At the end of the day, Yabojo pleaded. Sam Larry cried. The gangster cried. He cried. He was just looking at her. He cried. Then Yabojo now said, Emma Binu. Anyways, they now came out. The director now said, so how are we going to move further? She now said, they should give her 2 weeks. Let her and her lawyers draft something in order to clear the name of these guys. So they'll draft something and they'll come back. The director now asked Naira Marley, is this okay? Naira Marley now said, there's no problem, provided she's willing to do the right thing. That was how Yabojo left. When Yabojo left, do you understand? That was when we now had our own private meeting. Because one of the main reasons why I was there was because we have to put hands together and let the public know what's up. So Yabojo left. Then we had our own private meeting. Do you understand? We had our private meeting. Now, when we spoke in our own private meeting, I promised Yabojo that I wasn't going to say anything on that. She should use her mouth to say it, right? Fast forward to Yabojo and the apology she was supposed to do. 3 days passed, nothing. 4 days passed, nothing. 5th day passed, nothing. Next thing, I just saw it on one small blog like this. QT something. One of all these small blogs. That Yabojo was invited. Naira Marley was now begging her that he should clear her name. Immediately, I suspected something fishy. I was cold at heart, right? Next thing, police now called. When that thing happened, I don't know Naira Marley called. That one shall have influence. He now called the DIG. The DIG now called the Oga. Now said, this boy brought a case. Do you understand? With all evidence and everything, let her, Yabojo, prove it. The DIG now said, that is going to call the CP in charge. So he now told the CP that you are playing with the case. The CP said no. That everybody have decided that she's going to do something within 2 weeks. So what's the period that they were now expecting Yabojo to do something? Do you know what happened? They called her that you're supposed to come to the station because this apology have not been done. Or we charge this case to court so that I'll now go finish the matter for court, right? They now told her, say, okay, see, if you no come, They invited her. They said, if you don't come, they'll come pick her. Brothers and sisters, do you know the next thing that happened? Yabojo just posted her shop don't burn. I just looked at the video. I just shook my head. She now did a write-up. Immediately she did that write-up. I now also made a video that there was an agreement. We met. You understand? That was what triggered me to say, we met. And we said a lot of things. But God will judge. I said, God will judge. That's what touched me to say, God will judge. Then I ended it. When I now started seeing a lot of damage control, that is why I started with the group chat. Now, even in this same group chat, I kept on keeping it clean because I didn't want to involve Yabojo in any of it. You know why? Because I was posting all those things so that she will come back to her senses and say, you know what? Let me just do the right thing. If people are innocent, they are innocent, right? Because our own part of the whole chat reeks of hate. I don't know. But again, one of the things we said when me and Yabojo sat down face to face is, I will not blame you for anything that you did. And every other Nigerians that came for the head of these guys, I would not blame you at all. You know why? Emotions were everywhere. But you knowing fully well, say, Omo, these people have literally nothing. It's so crazy that even the part of the bullying of the boy, she knows. That is what is crazy. A lot of doctoring that they doctored all these things and put online. She knows. One of the things we said in the meeting is that she opened her mouth to say, yes, she's convinced that Naira Marley did not bully that boy. And it is because of the videos flying around. But I'm not going to expand or say anything that me and I spoke about. So from this, I became very upset when I started saying that she's trying to do damage control instead of doing the right thing. Now, why I can't start to post this thing? Can't start to post the voice note. They can't start to post the group chat and all. Now, I'll tell you something about that group chat. You see, almost everybody in the group chat, plenty of them are innocent. Down to even this Sam Clef. Because for crying out loud, Sam Clef part of the group chat. It's just, let me make it not be as if I no contribute. Jigon said a lot of nonsense things, but I can't still hold it up on Jigon. He said a lot of nonsense, but yes, like the way they call your friend Papa useless, Papa useless, all those. He said a lot, plenty of them, but a lot of them were also innocent because yes, they were fighting. They actually was fighting for justice, but some of them knew one or two things, and they decided to push an agenda. Do you understand? It's pitiful. It's a case of me wanna pray, me wanna not did the wrong place at the wrong time, or maybe they not call your name for one wrong thing. Do you understand? Then again, see, the biggest, I think one of the problem that happened in all of this mohbad case is that emotions were flying, sentiments were flying. But let's leave that by the way. So I said to myself that if Yabojo will not do it, I will try my best for these people. That is why they call me the voice of the voiceless. They have no voice. I have the voice. I have the platform. So regardless, I've seen a lot of blackmail. Very dark man, they don't pay them. They don't do this, they don't do that. Same from our own camp. From our own camp. Now, finally, after the shop burning, police were now calling her. Next thing, say she dey go Canada. All this one, and make, okay, yes, before she come back, the matter go don cold. But it will not be cold. It will not be cold. Because as you take the there, they see the wait for you. You go use your mouth to tell the truth. And if you don't tell the truth, they carry the case because even though you go dey for 10 years, you go dey. But between you and I made you a promise. So I'm not going to speak about what we talked about. I thank God, say you admit, say me and you meet. I thank God. So when I don't admit in everything, when I still admit, say we meet. Whether na very dark man beg you more meet, or na you beg very dark man, no problem. But why did you agree for us to meet? Very dark man did not wake up one morning to say, yeah, but let's meet. And you accepted. Something made us meet. There's something where we get together, where make us meet. And very soon, if I give you time, I go talk. Because the way they go, I only made that promise because I thought that you were going to come out and say the needful and just do what is right. But if you continue like this, you know talk, I go talk. You can't end your statement with, this is the last time I'll speak about it. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. But ultimately, it is not fair. You get children. You get pikin. You will get grandchildren. I pray for your family to be okay. You will get grandchildren. But ultimately, this life is bigger than we all see it. 2 more posts on mohbad and I'm done. 2 more and I'm done. Peace and love, don't play.
These people did a whole lot of damage by trying to buy that of Sam Larry and Naira career. Now, I believe the partner, Paulo, will not say it's not in the know-how of whatever transpired at the police station. Yet, the man came out under the Spirit's interview, advising Mohbad's father and the family and people around that there's need to bury the poor boy. After burying him, what become the next step to take? Of which he never made mention of the fact that Yabojo will have been advised or admonished that he should see the need to apologize so that this case will be laid to rest. Yet, he doesn't want to do that. In all of this, I have to commend the effort of VDM, who just want to come out and do the needful and exonerate these same set of people. But whether you like it or not, so long as Sam Larry is concerned, it can't be fully be free from bullying Mohbad. I'm still insisting that, because for him to have went to where Mohbad was doing musical video, and after that, another video also came out where a lady was crying. Look at what Sam Larry has done to Mohbad. It goes to show that the guy really beat him. And aside that, if we are talking about Naira, that's another different thing entirely. But as far as Sam Larry is concerned, Sam Larry should provide a proof where he take pay Mohbad money to come play for her for show. Where Mohbad not come, where make her the intimidator. Because these are some of the things we are supposed to look at properly. Sam Larry and Naira, they are together. If Naira cannot come out and bully Mohbad, I believe it is appropriate for that same Sam Larry to do it on behalf of Naira. So if there is no proof to that effect that there was a certain amount of money that was paid to Mohbad to come and play in Sam Larry's show, and there's no proof to that effect, it goes to show that whatever controversy everybody is talking about, that same group, how they bully Mohbad might just be 100% correct. But the only issue is that they might not be held accountable how Mohbad take by, but the aspect of the bully, I believe they are not free. That is my stand, and that is exactly what I believe. Anyway, whatever you think, drop your comment in the comment section. Once again, share, follow the page. Justice for Mohbad.